Under the blazing Egyptian sun, a queen once stood whose beauty was said to make empires tremble and legends live forever. Cleopatra, the woman who turned her face into a weapon, her perfume into power, and her secrets into myths, whispered for over 2,000 years. But what if her flawless glow and hypnotic eyes weren't just symbols of vanity, but the result of a mysterious formula lost in the sands of time? Imagine a beauty routine so powerful that modern science still can't fully explain it. Pigments mixed with poisons, oils infused with gold, and rituals that blurred the line between magic and medicine. Today, we're uncovering the truth behind Cleopatra's hidden beauty secret, a 2,000-year-old hack that might just prove she was centuries ahead of her time. It was the era of ancient Egypt, where the waves of the Nile shimmered in golden light, and amid the desert storms, one woman captivated the world with her power and allure: Cleopatra. She was not just a queen, but a symbol of intelligence, politics, and beauty. Her palace was filled with fragrances, precious oils, and jewels, each object radiating magic and grandeur. Philosophers, healers, and artists gathered in her court, and every gaze was drawn to her commanding presence. Cleopatra united the worlds of Greece and Egypt. Her attire reflected royal grace, and her demeanor carried the wisdom of a ruler who understood the power of perception. She knew that beauty was not merely about appearance. It was a weapon, capable of bending even the mightiest empires. The glow of her charm danced upon the waters of the Nile, and her voice held a softness that could capture hearts. This was the world of Cleopatra, a realm where magic, intellect, and eternal allure intertwined. Behind Cleopatra's mesmerizing beauty lay not just vanity, but a deep understanding of the science of ancient glamour. Every pigment, oil, and perfume she used carried both allure and purpose. The dark kohl that outlined her eyes wasn't merely decoration. It was crafted from galena, a mineral that protected her eyes from infection and the harsh Egyptian sun. The shimmering green malachite powder she applied symbolized rebirth and also acted as an ancient antibacterial. Her lips, tinted with red ochre and crushed carmine beetles, reflected vitality and seduction. Cleopatra's beauty routine was a delicate balance of chemistry and ritual. Her baths in milk exfoliated and softened her skin with natural lactic acid, while honey masks nourished and healed. Even her perfumes, infused with myrrh and rose, carried antiseptic and calming properties. To Cleopatra, beauty was not a mask but a form of self-preservation, an elegant blend of medicine, mysticism, and mastery that kept her radiant and powerful in a world where appearance was the first language of influence. Cleopatra's secret formula for eternal beauty was hidden in her daily rituals, where luxury met intention and every gesture was an act of power. Each morning, her attendants would prepare baths filled with warm donkey milk, said to soften and brighten the skin through its natural lactic acids. She would soak amidst rose petals and honey, letting their soothing essence renew her glow. Afterward, her body was gently massaged with oils of almond, lotus, and frankincense, giving her skin the radiant sheen of gold. Cleopatra also relied on sea salt scrubs to polish her body and aloe vera to heal and cool under the desert sun. Her makeup was blended by hand: kohl for protection and seduction, red ochre for vitality, and gold dust for divine radiance. Perfumes made from rare resins, myrrh, and cinnamon enveloped her like an invisible aura of power. These rituals were more than beauty routines. They were sacred ceremonies through which Cleopatra connected to the gods, preserved her allure, and reminded the world that her charm was as timeless as the Nile itself. For Cleopatra, beauty was never mere decoration. It was a language of power, a crown she wore not on her head but on her skin. Every stroke of kohl around her eyes, every glimmer of gold on her body, carried meaning beyond aesthetics. It was a declaration of divine authority and control. In ancient Egypt, beauty symbolized harmony with the gods, and Cleopatra embodied that belief completely. Her carefully curated image told stories of strength, fertility, and immortality. She painted herself as both goddess and ruler, blurring the line between myth and reality. The shimmering pigments on her face mirrored the sun god Ra's light, and her perfumes were offerings to the divine, making her presence both enchanting and intimidating. She understood that allure could command loyalty where armies could not, and that the art of beauty was the most subtle form of dominance. In every appearance, she transformed herself into an icon, a living symbol of Egypt's glory, where power and perfection became inseparable. Centuries after Cleopatra's reign, modern science is finally uncovering the truth behind her legendary beauty rituals, revealing that what once seemed like myth was in fact early biochemistry. Researchers have found that the kohl she used around her eyes contained lead salts in precise, safe quantities that actually stimulated the body's immune response and prevented eye infections, a discovery that astonished chemists. The honey and milk in her skincare routine are now known for their antibacterial and exfoliating properties, while the essential oils she favored, like frankincense and myrrh, have proven anti-inflammatory and anti-aging effects. Even the crushed minerals in her cosmetics offered natural sun protection and antibacterial benefits. What Cleopatra intuitively practiced through ritual and intuition, modern laboratories confirm with data and microscopes. Her beauty secrets were not superstition, but a perfect harmony of nature and science long before the concept existed. It's as if Cleopatra's mirror reflected not just her face, but the future of skincare itself, a timeless blend of chemistry, self-care, and the art of transformation. For centuries, Cleopatra has been trapped between legend and reality, her name wrapped in tales of seduction, luxury, and power. Yet the real woman beneath the myth was far more complex. History often painted her as a temptress who used beauty to control powerful men. But she was also a brilliant strategist, a polyglot, and a ruler who spoke to her people in their own language. Her beauty was magnified by her intellect. She understood politics, science, and symbolism, using her appearance as part of a larger performance of authority. The myth turned her into a fantasy of allure, while the truth reveals a woman who wielded her mind as skillfully as her charm. She was not the helpless lover of Caesar and Antony, but a sovereign who fought to preserve Egypt's independence in a world ruled by men. Beneath the gold, the eyeliner, and the legend was a visionary, a queen who mastered the art of perception and turned her very existence into a story so powerful it still echoes across 2 millennia. Cleopatra's true glow was never just the shimmer of gold or the perfection of her painted eyes. It came from within, from an unshakable sense of identity and purpose that outshone any cosmetic. Her beauty was a reflection of confidence, wisdom, and self-awareness, the kind that no mirror could fully capture. She understood that radiance began in the mind, in the power to define oneself rather than be defined by others. While her rituals and potions enhanced her outer allure, it was her inner fire, her intellect, ambition, and grace under pressure that made her unforgettable. Even as centuries passed and her empire faded into sand and stone, that inner glow remained eternal, reminding us that real beauty is not preserved in jars or jewels, but in the strength of spirit. Cleopatra's legacy endures because she proved that the most powerful light is the one that shines from within, a glow no time or empire can ever dim. As the sands of time continue to shift over Egypt's ancient tombs, Cleopatra's story still glimmers, a timeless reminder that beauty, power, and wisdom are eternally intertwined. Her secrets were more than rituals. They were lessons in confidence, self-mastery, and the art of leaving a mark that even history cannot erase. Perhaps that's why her allure still haunts us, because we all search for that same inner glow she mastered 2,000 years ago. So the next time you look in the mirror, remember Cleopatra's secret wasn't just in the oils or the gold, but in the way she owned her story. If her ancient beauty hack still fascinates you, hit like, share her legend, and subscribe, because the next queen we uncover might just change the way you see beauty forever.